Eminem has a massive discography, but there is one song, in my opinion, that is one of his most underrated gems to this day.
Life by Marshall Mathers. What is life? Life is like a big obstacle in front of your optic to slow you down. And every time you think you've gotten past it, it's gonna come back around to tackle you to the damn ground. What are friends? Friends are people that you think are your friends, but they really your enemies with secret identities and disguises to hide their true colors. So just when you think you're close enough to be brothers, they wanna come back and cut your throat when you ain't looking. What is money? Money is what makes a man act funny. Money is the root of all evil.
Facts.
Money will make them same friends come back around, swearing that they was always down. But it's life. I'm tired of life. I'm tired of backstabbing ass snakes.
I love this intro. For me, one of Eminem's greatest intros, because it's got rock bottom vibes, this one. Like, he's just pissed off. He's jaded. And he's done with it all. And he's had it up to here. And all that frustration, all that just disconnect, all that stress, everything that's been building, it just comes out through this sort of spoken word, just like rush of thoughts, and just letting that sort of stream of conscious out as he gives us this poem on life, you know?
You think you've gotten past it, it's gonna come back.
And the thing I love about it too is that you have that contrast with like this beautiful, little bit like soulful, like singing underneath. Like it's like a smooth track. It can fit in like an R&B lane, right? In terms of the instrumentation to this. And this is what Eminem chooses to get jaded on. This is what Eminem chooses to muse on and to just vent his frustration.
In front of your optic will slow you down. And every time you
And he can't help himself, like even when he's sort of like talking. And every time you think, like he's still got that rapper's delivery, right? Just like speeding through the syllables. And you're optical, and still punching in with the internal rhymes too.
Life is like a big obstacle.
Obstacle, in front of your optical.
In front of your optic will slow you down. And every time you think you've gotten past it, it's gonna come back around to tackle you to the damn ground.
Facts.
What are friends? Friends are people that you think are your friends, but they really your enemies with secret identities and disguises to hide their true colors. So just when you think you're close enough to be brothers, they wanna come back and cut your throat when you ain't looking. What is money? Money is what makes a man act funny. Money is the root of all evil.
I mean, I've said this so many times. This is an Eminem who's been betrayed. This is an Eminem who struggles, who's in poverty, right? Struggling to pay the bills. And he sees what money can do to people, right? And how money shifts the world. And it's, you know, it was a necessary invention for humanity, but it's also created a lot of evil. And I do stand by that sentiment as well, that money is the root of all evil. And you see what greed does to people. And you see what lust for greed and for power has twisted the world and made it what it is today.
Money is what makes a man act funny. Money is the root of all evil. Money will make them same friends come back around, swearing that they was always down.
And how many times have I said this in terms of what I stand for on this platform, right? This is Eminem speaking all those years ago. And it was so relatable to me back then. It's still so relatable now. You know, we all get caught up on social media. We get caught up in this polarity, this picking a team, picking a side, rage baiting, everything to keep you engaged, right? And we're focused on winning arguments nowadays, winning ideologies, focus on chasing likes. You have all these influencers chasing money. We focus on our careers, all of that. All these things you can't take with you when you die. And at the end of the day, we're all going to die, and they're meaningless. Life is going to kick your ass. Life sucks. But the one most important commodity to life is not money. It's time. Make sure you spend your time wisely. Spend it with those you love, right? Spend it with those that you trust. Spend it with those who matter most. Don't let all the noise distract you, because it's so easy for us all to get distracted by it all.
You'll make them same friends come back around, swearing that they was always down. But it's life. I'm tired of life. I'm tired of backstabbing ass snakes with friendly grins. I'm tired of committing so many sins. Tired of always giving in when this bottle of Henny wins. Tired of never having any ends. Tired of having skinny friends hooked on crack and mini thins. I'm tired of this DJ playing your shit when he spins. Tired of not having a deal. Tired of having to deal with the bullshit without grabbing the steel.
Nice flip.
Tired of drowning in my sorrow. Tired of having to borrow $1 for gas to start my Monte Carlo. I'm tired of motherfuckers spraying shit and darting off. I'm tired of jobs starting off at $5.50 an hour. Then this boss wonders why I'm smarting off. Tired of being
Makes me think of rock bottom. I'm tired of being hired and fired in the same day. Similar line and mentality.
Tired of being fired every time I fart and cough. Tired of having to work as a gas station clerk for this jerk breathing down my neck, driving me berserk. I'm tired of using plastic silverware. Tired of working and building square. Tired of not being a millionaire. But if I had $1 million, I'd buy a damn.
I just love it because it's a simple setup in terms of a verse. I'm tired of all these things. And he just walks you through the angst of what he's going through. And for me, it's this realism. This is where Eminem really excels. Like, he's great at taking the world around him and his reality at the time and converting that into his art and letting that fuel his music.
Never having any ends. I don't open ass snakes with friendly.
And I think if you're having a bad day, this is one of those songs that you play that gives you solidarity, lets you know you're not alone going through it.
Life. I'm tired of life. I'm tired of backstabbing.
And he sets it up right there at the end of this little like poem, this spoken word, I'm tired of life. And that I'm tired thought process forms the seed of what happens now with the verse.
Snakes with friendly grins. I'm tired of committing so many sins.
Simple line, but I really like it. I'm tired of committing so many sins.
Tired of always giving in when this bottle of Henny wins. Tired of never having any ends. Tired of having skinny friends hooked on crack and many things.
I love that flip. Hooked on crack and many thin, skinny friends. Because they're mini and thin versus like having a mini thin, a dietary supplement.
So many sins. Tired of always giving in when this bottle of Henny wins. Tired of never having any ends. Tired of having.
Tired of never having any ends, any scratch.
Skinny friends hooked on crack and many things. I'm tired of this DJ playing your shit when he spins. Tired of not having a deal. Tired of having to deal with the bullshit without grabbing the steel. Tired of drowning.
Without grabbing the steel, right? Without solving it in other means. Like I'm at the edge of my tipping point and I'm about to cross it. And it's a smooth wordsmith and flip on getting a record deal versus having to deal with things. Because you got to remember, even though this dropped on the SlimShady LP, this appeared earlier on the SlimShady EP, before Eminem got signed, right? This was on the album that helped to get Eminem signed. But then he took it, it was repackaged, repurposed, and re-recorded for the SlimShady LP. And I'm glad it made it on.
Tired of having to deal with the bullshit without grabbing the steel. Tired of drowning in my sorrow. Tired of having to borrow $1 for gas to start my Monte Carlo. I'm tired of motherfucking spraying shit.
Man, back when gas was $1. Whew. Those were the glory days.
For gas to start my Monte Carlo. I'm tired of motherfucking spraying shit and darting off.
You can take that as a little double too, like in the rap game, like firing shots and not owning up to it versus obviously like drive-bys in the streets. And I'm tired of this lifestyle of poverty that I'm dealing with.
Start my Monte Carlo. I'm tired of motherfucking spraying shit and darting off. I'm tired of jobs starting off at $5.50 an hour. Then this boss wonders why I'm smarting off.
And again, $5.50 minimum wage jobs, man, that's changed too.
Tired of being fired every time.
Thank inflation.
I fart and cough. Tired of having to work as a gas station clerk for this jerk breathing down my neck, driving me berserk. I'm tired of using plastic silverware.
And then being so poor that you can't even afford regular silverware, right? You got to buy the plastic silverware. Can't even afford plates, right? Everything you can just throw in the trash and reuse.
Breathing down my neck, driving me berserk. I'm tired of using plastic silverware. Tired of working and building square.
Yo, is Builder Square still around? I was just thinking about that. Didn't they went to Home Depot.
Tired of not being a millionaire. But if I had $1 million, I'd buy a damn brewery and turn the planet into alcoholics. If I had a magic wand, I'd make the world suck my dick without a condom on while I'm on the John. If I had $1 million, it wouldn't be enough, cause I'd still be out robbing armored trucks. If I had one wish, I would ask for a big enough ass for the whole world to kiss. I'm tired of being white trash.
I love this, right? Because you think about like beauty pageants at the time and that classic question, like, what would you do if you had $1 million? I would help save the world and buy world peace. And even the Bare Naked Ladies in the 90s, they had a song about having $1 million. And they joked they would buy like expensive ketchup packets and things like that. It was funny. It was tongue in cheek. But I feel like that definitely was on Eminem's mind. Like these combinations of things. And for Eminem, especially at this time, like you think about the way that he attacked pop music. And like the NSYNCs at the time, the Britney Spears, the way that he attacked popular culture. And I think this is one of those examples of like how things are supposed to be and how people talk just to look good. But Eminem sees an artificiality in it. He sees a fakeness to it. So what does Shady like to do when he sees something fake? He loves to poke holes in it. He loves to attack it. So the classic phrase, if I had $1 million, I just love the overall approach to this thing and to this song. Just like flipping it and going full Shady. You know what? Fuck the world. The world's fucked me enough.
'Cause I still be out robbing on
And obviously, it's rap. We got bars, right? The Alcoholics.
trucks. If I had
Eminem, we still never got that brewery. I'm ready for like some shady liquors.
one wish, I would ask for a big enough ass for the whole world to kiss. I'm tired of being white trash, broken, always poor. Tired of taking pop bottles back to the party store. Tired of not having the phone.
Yo, I used to collect the bottles, right? And you could get 5 cents for a bottle, sometimes 10, just depends on the bottle, right? And that was always associated too with homelessness as well. Like you see homeless people walk around like with the bags, going through the garbage, collecting the bottles and turning that in just to get some pocket change in order to buy some food with.
Always poor. Tired of taking pop bottles back to the party store. Tired of not having the phone. Tired of not having a home to have one in if I did have one on. Tired
I love that because he starts on not having a phone. And then he goes even further. Well, hang on. It's not only not having a phone. It's not even having a crib. That's my own in the first place.
phone. Tired of not having a home to have one in if I did have one on. Tired of not driving a BM. Tired of not working at GM. Tired of wanting to be him. Tired of not sleeping without a Tylenol PM. Tired of not performing in the Pack Coliseum. Tired of not being on tour. Tired of fucking the same blonde whore after work in the back of a contour. I'm tired of baking knots with a stack of ones. Having a lack of funds and resorting back to guns. Tired of being stared at. Tired of wearing the same damn Nike Air hat. Tired of stepping in clubs wearing the same pair of lugs. Tired of people saying they're tired of hearing me rap about drugs. Tired of other rappers who ain't bringing half the skill as me, saying they wasn't feeling me on nobody's as ill as me. And I'm tired of radio stations telling fibs. Tired of J.O.B. saying where hip hop lives.
Hey.
If I had $1 million, I'd buy a damn brew.
I think for me, one of the things about this is just the rawness, right? It's not like it's got like crazy bars on this and like triples, but it's just so relatable. It's just so raw. And it gives you his mind frame. And I think without this song, you don't really get SlimShady. We don't get the success and the artist that becomes Eminem. Because this is Eminem when he's reached his tipping point. Like this is rock bottom Eminem. This is Eminem that is done. And that is just desperate to get hurt. And this is where the persona of Shady gets invented. Because he's tired of not getting recognition. And this is what he alludes to later on in this verse.
Tired of wanting to be him. Tired of not having a home to have one in if I did have one on. Tired of not driving a BM. Tired of not working at GM.
I love him using GM. Like GM is a good job. But for him, it's stability, right? Because he's in these jobs where, yeah, if he farts or coughs, like the way he had that line, but it was meant to show a lack of stability. Like he could get fired in the same day, right? He was constantly going from job to job. Something like just even working the line at GM. That's an ideal job for him. Why? Because it's stability. And obviously GM having his home base in Detroit, a little bit of a nod to that too.
Tired of not driving a BM. Tired of not working at GM. Tired of wanting to be him. Tired of not sleeping.
Even that line. It's a simple line, but that just hits. Tired of wanting to be him. So relatable.
Tired of not working at GM.
I think we all live in a society where we constantly compare, especially on socials nowadays. You know, you could be happy. You could be having a great day. And you go online, you see someone like on holiday in some beautiful place, right? Beautiful whip, beautiful woman. And it's like, oh, great. So my day isn't as good as I thought it was because we're constantly pushed into this state of comparison.
Tired of not driving a BM. Tired of not working at GM. Tired of wanting to be him. Tired of not sleeping without a Tylenol PM.
And that's crazy, that foreshadowing, because I've been there too. You know, not being able to sleep. And then you start turning to something simple like Tylenol PM. But that can be a gateway to other things. And eventually, as we allude to, we know Eminem had issues with sleeping pills, right? And it almost killed him at the end of it. And this becomes a huge problem and addiction for him later on. But he's alluding to it right here in the early days of SlimShady.
Tired of wanting to be him. Tired of not sleeping without a Tylenol PM. Tired of not performing in the Pack Coliseum. Tired of not being on tour. Tired of fucking the same blonde whore after work in the back of a contour. Tired of baking knots.
Blonde whore contour. Like, again, he's already just flexing that ability just to really identify and elongate those vowel sounds and really fit in just his packed multi-rhyme scheme.
Tired of fucking the same blonde whore after work in the back of a contour.
Even Coliseum, Tylenol, PM. He found the all from Tylenol, Coliseum, and he just bent it into his schemes.
Tired of fucking the same blonde whore after work in the back of a contour. tour.
Can't help but feel like that's shots of Kim.
I'm tired of making knots with a stack of ones, having a lack of funds and resorting back to guns. I'm tired of being stared at.
Just crumpling up dollar bills, trying to make it seem like you got more than what you really have.
Tired of wearing the same damn Nike Air hat.
Man.
Tired of stepping in clubs wearing the same pair of lugs. Tired of people saying they're tired of hearing me rap about drugs. Tired of other rappers who ain't bringing
I love that. I'm tired of people saying they're tired of hearing me. Again, just nice little wordsmith flip, like with the Deal to Deal one.
half the skill as me, saying they wasn't feeling me on nobody's as ill as me. And I'm tired of radio stations.
Did we do a breakdown of Nobody's as Ill as Me? We got to do some more classic Shady throwback breakdowns. Comment down below if you want to see that.
Ill as me, saying they wasn't feeling me on nobody's as ill as me. And I'm tired of radio stations telling fibs. Tired of J.O.B. saying where hip hop lives. But if I had $1 million,
That's the local Detroit station, right? Where hip hop lives. But for Eminem, if you're not playing me, you're not putting on for local artists. And see, this is what happens across radio stations all over, right? They don't necessarily support their own independent artists and grassroots music. And when they do have the independent slots, it's always like late at night, you got to stay up for. Hell, even with like WPGC, I remember having to do that. Even with 92Q, man, like the Baltimore artists, when I first heard Boss Man, hell, when I first heard King Lowe's, but man, you had to wait till like the midnight hours, right? There's always that because so much of the music industry is under big label control and they have deals with the radio stations, right? And radio stations put on mainstream artists and it's just a really closed circuit. Wouldn't it be beautiful, though, if you had primetime slots dedicated just to radio stations doing what they were originally meant to do and putting on for their local acts and their local artists, even to today, man. Even to today.
rap about drugs. Tired of other rappers who ain't bringing half the skill as me, saying they wasn't feeling me on nobody's as ill as me. And I'm tired of radio stations telling fibs. Tired of J.O.B. saying where hip hop lives. But if I had $1 million, I'd buy a damn brewery and turn the planet into alcoholics. If I had a magic wand, I'd make the world suck my dick without a condom on while I'm on the John. If I had $1 million, it wouldn't be enough, cause I'd still be out robbing armored trucks. If I had one wish, I would ask for a big enough ass for the whole world to kiss. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of all of this bullshit. Telling me to be positive. How am I supposed to be positive when I don't see shit positive? You know what I'm saying? I rap about shit around me, shit I see. You know what I'm saying? Right now I'm tired of everything.
Facts.
Tired of all this player hating that's going on in my own city. Can't get no airplay, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it's cool though. You know what I'm saying? Just fed up. That's my word.
I don't think it can be understated. Like, again, the foreshadowing. Eminem lamenting that he didn't get any love in his city. But Eminem has really done so much for Detroit and for hip-hop. And just putting Detroit on the map in the recognition and the lanes that Eminem has paved for Detroit and putting on for other Detroit artists. You know, if you don't like something, then go change it yourself. I love that mentality. And again, she's singing her heart out underneath on the instrumentation. Like, it's an interesting combination of like Eminem's just lamenting rapping in his shady-ass voice, right? A little bit higher pitch. But then you got like just this soulful, just powerful singing behind him as he's just hitting this melodic instrumentation and percussion underneath of it all.
Just fed up. That's my word.
But for me, like, this is the perfect combination of where like Shady and Eminem kind of come together and have like that synergy on a track. Because you have like some of the exaggerated, you know, just extending things out, hyperbole that SlimShady is known for. But at the same time, you have that real rawness that Eminem gives you, just telling you about his life and telling you like it is. You know, it's combining that realm of shady, exaggeration, and fantasy with the world of just the real, with the world of what is relatable, that people listen to and can help them and can fuel them when they're down, when they're having bad days, when their life is fucked up, when life is kicking them in the ass. And that is the beauty of Eminem and why this is one of the most underrated Eminem tracks in my opinion. Eminem, you were Knox Hill certified. Hope you guys liked today's video. Listen, if you're here at the end, obviously enjoying the content, do me a huge favor, support the channel directly, subscribe, notifications on. It all helps, it all goes a long way. Also, don't forget to copy merch, knoxhillmusic.com. We got hats, we got shirts, we got hoodies, everything you need. If you want to rep the brand, you want to support, it all helps, it all goes a long way. I'll put all links down there. All right, everyone, stay safe, stay positive, take care of these, take care of these. I'll catch you again
You know I'm going now with a bang. Tell them leave the bag in the bank. You should check the tags where we hang. You know I'm going now with a bang. Know I'm going now with a bang.